Edgar Berlanga versus David Morrell is next, and I'll tell you why, because Edgar Berlanga is now the mandatory challenger for the WBA super middleweight title. Now, who will actually win this fight? Well, let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Edgar Berlanga fought Jason Quigley, in which he dropped him in round 3.
Look at that foot fade right there.
Then dropped him again in round 5.
Oh!
And then dropped him twice in round 12.
Flipping that jab out there isn't going to get it done. Good.
And obviously Edgar Berlanga won by decision.
He's still undefeated and still the WBO.
After this, he went on to fight Padre Mercury, in which he took control of this whole entire fight and TKO'd him in round 6.
What a chin for the boy! The towel has come in!
Now let's take a look at David Morrell's latest performances, in which he fought Yamaguchi Falcao, in which David Morrell dropped Falcao.
Falcao stumbling,
and he looked to Celestino Ruiz.
And then knocked him out in round 1.
I wanted to make a statement, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Down goes Falcao, base press.
After this, he went on to fight Senna, in which he TKO'd him in round 2.
And Beckel's in trouble. He's hurt. This one might be over. It's target practice.
Now, this fight happening most likely means that Edgar Berlanga is not going to get that fight with Canelo, which I think was pretty clear from the start that he was never going to get that fight with Canelo, because him calling out Canelo just isn't enough for him to get that fight. He still has a lot of work to do, and he still has a lot of bigger names to get under his resume before it makes sense for him to fight Canelo. But this fight versus David Morrell definitely makes a lot of sense, and is definitely going to be a good and interesting fight, because when looking at both men's resumes, it will really make you think, and it will really make it harder for you to decide who do you got winning this fight, because both men are undefeated. But when looking at David Morrell, he only has 10 fights, but 9 of those are coming by way of knockout, so not that many fights, but definitely has a high knockout percentage. And when looking at Edgar Berlanga, he has more than double the wins that David Morrell has, as he has 22 wins with 17 coming by way of knockout. So he's definitely also known for putting on a good show and by having power. But a major flaw in his resume is that he's been dropped for the first time in his career, and that was back when he fought Marcelo. So in the end, when talking about who's going to win this fight, I'm going to have to go with Edgar Berlanga for this one. Yes, David Morrell has knocked out every single opponent that he has fought besides one that was back in the middle of 2020, but I think Edgar Berlanga just has the experience that Morrell still doesn't have.